Hello, good evening, and welcome to Thingamajig's Racing Channel, ladies and gentlemen. For your pleasure, we are joining the Ultimate Racing League's Academy Junior Series for the Apex Cat Club Cup for rounds 11 and 12 at Yas Marina, one of the newer tracks. Do you remember there was that time when I was moaning that I'd never go to the new tracks and they'd been out for a while? And, geez, this is like my third or fourth visit to Yas Marina now, so thick and fast they are coming in. I want more JV. Give me more JV. GV, or whatever it's called. In the chat, we've got the Frank saying, hey, Thingy, how you doing? I'm good, man. I'm good. Thank you very much. And we've got Ginger saying, good afternoon. Well, hello. This is like going back in time for you guys, because I'm like 4 or 5 rounds behind. 4, 3. No. But yeah, I'm a bit behind the times on this series, ladies and gentlemen. Things have got in the way, like Formula One and such what. So, but we're here and we're going thick, we're going hard, and we're going fast into it. Right then, we've got tables before I start going on about qualifying. Now, the golden rule with this is if you get bored with just me chatting and telling you all the info about the racers, you can flick forward until the camera moves. As soon as the camera moves, we're getting into it. But this first part, we've got to get the admin done. I know it's dull. It's not a way of capturing an audience, but it's got to be done. There's tables to be read. There's things to be done. At the top of the table, we have Carlsberg on 175 points. Then in second, we have Rufus on 172 points. That is getting close. Ginger on 142 points in third, ahead of Hoyland in fourth on 123 points. Then we have Waitsy in fifth on 113 points, with Brownie coming up the back in sixth on 100 points. The Saint in seventh on 71 points, and Fazzy eighth on 21 points. In the Group 4 category, because we have 2 categories running, I forgot to tell you, we have Bubblegum at the top of that championship on 67 points. In second, we have Steele on 58 points. Ninky is third on 52 points. Matt Maher is fourth on 49 points. Frank is fifth on 48 points. And Frank was leading, but he's had to miss a couple of rounds, I think, due to his mocks on at the moment. So prioritise. And he has prioritised very well indeed. Hopefully he's done well in your mocks, Frank. Good luck going forward. Pano in 6th on 14 points, Krell in 7th on 9 points, and Damien is 8th on 6 points. But those guys only really did one round, and it looks like they didn't enjoy themselves because they never came back. Ooh, deep breaths. Frank said, I've had to do this race on controller. Wheel hasn't been working for a while. Oh, gosh. And Frank saying, haha, about that. Now, hey, they're only the mocks. They're to get you ready for the big thing. Hopefully you've done all right, Frank. You've probably done better than you think. Anyway, so, yes, they're using 2 categories of cars. We're using the Jaguar, and they're all sort of like beginners. This is the academy, so this is like a nice, safe environment for newbies, just to be, no matter what age. Yeah, I mean, I'm nearly 50 and I'm still class myself. I'd be in the academy because I'm still, I've been doing sim racing for a while, but I'm still rubbish at it. But sometimes you just can't teach old dogs new tricks. But yeah, so it's all age, but it's just, you know, they're not there. They're not there in the A+ rooms. They're there in the sort of the C's and the D's rooms. So these guys have got a nice, safe place to come and race online in a league and not get destroyed by aliens. And they're in the Group 3 cars. And then we have the junior category, which I think is 16 and under. I think we've got a 15-year-old in there, which is Frankie. And I think Steele and Bubblegum are 9. So, you know, some young'uns, a nice environment for the young'uns to be able to go and race in a proper league where they don't have to go and face the dailies. So it's beautiful. It really is. And they race together. So here we are. This is a long intro. It's because I've missed it. I mean, I've missed a couple of weeks. I've not missed a couple of weeks. I haven't done it for a couple of weeks. So I feel like I need to do a catch-up if you can't remember what this league was. Just go back. Watch the first one. I think I said you all of it. No, because I didn't even realise in the first one that there were Group 3s and Group 4s. I did the whole stream and not realised there was different cars out there. It's crazy how unaware I am. Although they do look similar. So they've qualified. Let's just get on with qualifying. I've rabbited. I've rabbited for too long. There's been too much. So the camera's going to move. So if you were, just flick to when the camera moves. You don't have to listen to me talking rubbish. On pole is Rufus, who is, chasing that championship down. Only 3 points, is it? 2 points. 3 points, sorry, behind Carlsberg in the championship. And Rufus, again, in his shag, has put it on pole. Beautiful stuff. Second place on the grid is the Brownster. The Brownster joining late in the league. And he is the father of Bubblegum. And Bubblegum, currently leading his championship. His father is nowhere, but he did join quite late. That's the Brownie then. And second... yeah, and third, we've got Ginger, the reigning champion from last season, down in third. But more importantly, he's ahead of the championship leader, who knows where on this this grid. So Ginger, a good qualifying session from him, and he's got himself third place. In fourth, all the way down here is the championship leader, Carlsberg. But Carlsberg's qualifying hasn't always been at the top. He is a sly dog, ladies and gentlemen. He keeps it on the low down. He's a low rider. He comes through. He lets others make mistakes. Consistency is the key to Carlsberg's success in this championship. He is the one that does not fall off the road. So, Carlsberg, fourth, but still, I imagine a strong showing is yet to come. Behind the Carlsberg, then, is Waitsy. And Waitsy qualifying in fifth. So, a good session from the Waitsmeister there in fifth place. And then in sixth is Hoyland. Hoyland struggling. I can't remember reading his name out. Oh, yeah, Hoyland in fourth, 123. He's struggling with the Jaguar. I think I saw in the chat. He's finding it a tricky beast to keep the consistency. He seems to be able to get a fast lap out of it, but he can't do that lap after lap without it biting him. So Hoyland, I believe, struggling with the machinery a little bit. There, your Group 3 runners, ladies and gentlemen. Now, looking back at the Group 4 category, and the Frank is back, apparently on a controller, though. His wheel is broken. It's broken. So, the Frank using the controller, the gamepad, he's using his fingers rather than his wrists. So that's Frank on pole position. And then we have championship leader Bubblegum in second place. And Bubblegum looking very sleek there. I like the additions of the dark patches. That's not the shadow. It's a two-tone blue going on that Jaguar, and I am here for it. So Bubblegum in 8th place. 9th place, we have Matt Ma. I think. That looks like Bubblegum's helmet. That looks like Bubblegum's number. Have I wrote these down wrong or something? Who are you? 16 is Bubblegum's number. That must be Matt Ma. Sorry, I'm getting myself confused. Hang on. Bubblegum got a Lando helmet? Yes, that's all right. It's the Lando helmet that threw me. But they've both got the Lando helmets on. So, yes, my confusion is easily seen there. Yeah, Matt Ma in 9th, and then Steele, sorry. Is he in a Lando helmet? No. Steele there in 10th place. So there your players. And let's have a quick catch up with the chat. It seems to be coming in nice. Frank says 16 in 5 days. Oh, Frank, my buddy. My son's not 16 until July the 30th, I should remember. So you've beaten him. You've beaten him by a few months. Oh, good luck, Frank. 16. You can buy fags then. And Red Bull. But not booze. So you're going to have to wait a few years for that. Frank saying, gonna get a Moser R3 for his birthday. Oh, man, that'd be awesome. And Ginger saying, interesting couple of races coming up. Ooh, I'm looking forward to it, Ginger. Right then, that is it. We're at Yas Marina. That was a long intro. I apologise. And we're back. Okay. I should timestamp it, shouldn't I? Put it in the descriptions. Skip 2. Right then, ladies and gentlemen, it's 2 races, 2 20-minute races. First one's on the soft tyres. The second one, they mix it up with the mediums and the hards. Let's race. Come on. Rufus then leads them away from Brownie. These two have had a dinger of races the last few sessions. And Rufus then needing to just stay in there and stay ahead of the Brownie, which is hard work. Ginger in third, keeping Carlsberg at bay. A tricky track, ladies and gentlemen. It has to be said, a very tricky track. I like it. I find it fun. It's got a flow to it. Rufus still leading with the Brownie right there. Plenty of mistakes could be made at this track. It's a tricky one sometimes in the braking areas. So, yes, plenty of racing could be afoot here. Waitsy, 5th, still ahead of... Where's Arban Hoyland? Oh, no, Hoyland having trouble with the Jaguar again. Blame the machinery, that's what I do. Rufus then still out there in the lead from the Brownster, and Brownie getting very close on his rear derriere. Ginger in 3rd, Carlsberg 4th. Still chasing the dream, still has an opportunity to win this championship, but down in 4th, and with a few rounds to go, it's starting to look desperate times for the Berg at the moment. Waitsy in 5th. Bubblegum leads. Bubblegum's got himself ahead of the Frank. The Frank slipped down. The Frank has slipped down into 3rd place from pole, and now fighting Matmar for dominance of the inside. A little door rubbing there just to introduce themselves to each other, and Bubblegum says, carry on with all of that while I lead the Group 4 category. So Bubblegum doing a fine job out there in the lead at the moment. Frank coming back past Matmar after a slow start, and Hoyland then making his way through the Group 4 runners, and Steele in 10th place. And I've got to say, Steele's looked impressive in the last couple of rounds. Rufus still leads at the moment, but the Brownster is right on his high knee. He is on his butt ski. But Rufus there, he has inched it out a little bit actually. Rufus pulling out a little bit of a lead, where the Brownster was right on his rear derriere. So Rufus getting into the swing of things right now, and finding himself in more comfort, a comfortable zone, with Brownie slipping back somewhat. Ginger keeping his eye in. He's keeping a toe in this race. He can still see those leaders. We're on lap 2 at the moment, and it's spreading out here. Carlsberg warming up at the moment, just waiting for his time to shine. He's sitting in 4th, Waitsy in 5th, a little further back from those guys, and Bubblegum still leading the Group 4s, but Frank is under attack. No, Hoyland, that's Hoyland, sorry, Hoyland making his way through, using the power of the beast to propel himself past the Group 4 runners. Bubblegum still leading though, with Frank coming in hard and heavy, man. He is looking forward. Oh, and it looks like Bubblegum is, I don't know if he got caught up with the Group 3 runner or made a mistake in the corner, and that's given Frank an opportunity to slip one through. And Frank then, no, Bubblegum coming back, it seems. Bubblegum, oh, no, Frank is just ahead. And Frank having to make up some points in this championship. He was leading it in the early doors, and now having to come back, the pole sitter back on top after Bubblegum. I don't know if he just avoided Hoyland, or if he made a mistake in the corner, or got surprised by Hoyland. But yeah, but Bubblegum really making a fight for it though. He's not giving up on the Frank, and Frank's having to work for this lead, ladies and gentlemen, with Bubblegum sitting right on his rear derriere, looking for a way past. And this can only help Matmar, who is just around the background there, waiting to come through himself. But Frank at the moment leading the Group 4 category in his Jaguar ahead of Bubblegum. We've got Matmar in 9th place with Steele in 10th. Rufus still leads from the Brownie, but the Brownie has just hit it with the fastest lap of the race. So we'll be closing in on Sir Rufus of a lot. And in the chat... Oh, it's Wayne, I think that's the Berg saying, loving the comms. Oh, thank you, sir. Oh, Rufus there. Little wide, and this is the moment Brownie's looking for. Brownie, no. Ooh, there's a little tap there, a little hello. He's knocking on the door, Rufus. He's ringing your bell. Brownie then edging it around the outside. It's a big, bold move, ladies and gentlemen. Can it pay off? No, Rufus there in the final part of the corner. Gets the shorter route and stays in the lead, but Brownie there really is harassing and haranguing him. Someone call HR. They may need to get involved. And Rufus then struggling on the curbs, and that's it. Brownie pulls the trigger. He is through. It's Brownie in the lead of the race. Rufus now staring at his exhaust pipe, with Ginger getting a ringside view of the action there as these two go head to head. And Brownie then now starting to pull it out. Rufus looking a little messy, and that's giving Ginger an opportunity. Rufus, he's been ruffled, ladies and gentlemen. His feathers are ruffled. And now Ginger lays on a bit of the pressure. Talking about kick a man while he's down, Ginger comes along and he stamps on him. Not quite though. Rufus still holding ground. He's got himself back together. He's wobbled his head and he is back into the zone. And Ginger, though, very much closer than he was, looking for a way around the outside. And Rufus says, that is not happening, sir. Please wait your turn. Carlsberg, keeping an eye on the events there in 4th place. Whilst Ginger and the Rufus duke it out. Bubblegum is back in the lead. No, ooh. Yeah, Bubblegum is back in the lead. Frank struggling with the... Oh, and Matmar having a moment there. I don't think he quite enjoyed that move. I don't think it looked at anything. I mean, we can have a quick look, but I don't think there was any contacts. A little bit of contact. Rubbins Racing, but I think Matmar was not a fan of that move there by the Frank, but still in 10th place. Continuing on. Brownie leads from Rufus. Rufus now spacing it out from the Ginger. I'm not sure, you know, Ginger still looks like he's in attack mode. Ginger still looks like he's got all his you know, when cats bush themselves up and they look twice as big. Ginger looks like that at the moment. Up against the Rufus and Carlsberg. Just sitting there, he's just waiting. He's just chilling. Don't stress. In fact, if anything, I think Brownie's made a mistake somewhere, because Rufus now back on the tail of the Brownster, and Brownster having to defend somewhat. So Bubblegum leading in the Group 4 category. Hoyland trying to play catch up after early mistakes were made. And Watesy is some way ahead of... I tell you what, Hoyland has done good time there. Watesy dropped a bit of time that last lap around, and that is giving Hoyland a good opportunity to close up onto the Watesy. And we have seen recently Watesy worked on that consistency. He's back in the 201s, ladies and gents. Let's not panic. We've seen Watesy the last few rounds really work on his consistency, and that has been absolutely bob on. So, and when you've got your consistency down, that's when you can start really working on the pace. I think the pace comes with consistency, because you kind of learn how to go a little quicker, and you've got that. You've got a bracket where you know you can brake a little later, and still make the corner. So, but it's coming with Watesy. I'm telling you, I am seeing huge leaps and bounds from Watesy and his pace and consistency out there. Hoyland as well. Hoyland always has had the speed. It's just the consistency, you know, it's just And I honestly think it's the rear-wheel drive Jaguar. It's catching him out. It is a beast to drive. So Hoyland, I feel for Hoyland. This is it's a fight for him, because he knows he has what it takes to take the wins here, but the car is just a little bit too much inconsistent, should we say, for him. It's not, he's like, he doesn't know what it's going to do in the corners. He doesn't feel confident in the car. Brownie at the moment leading the way. Rufus right on his tailgate. Ginger in third. Carlsberg in fourth. These guys have no problems with the machinery. They are slinging Jaguars like it just doesn't matter. And Brownie leads them around. We are nearly halfway into this race. Rufus looked like he nearly had a moment in the final corner there. His car lurched. I tell you, it lurched. But he's okay, he's okay. I'm making false claims here. Waitsy then in fifth. Hoyland catching him up in sixth. Then Bubblegum still leading, but Frank is closing down. Frank getting a handle of the controller now. Trying to forget what he knew about the wheel. And Bubblegum with Frank closing in. He's having to deal with a lot of pressure here from Bubblegum, I'm saying. This is good schnizzle we're seeing from Bubblegum at the moment, taking on the pressure of the Frank. And Ginger saying meow. And Frank saying my front right was cooked. Oh yeah, I can see yeah. Yeah, tyres are no fan of the pads. The game pad does not help with tyre wear. Oh, that's Bubblegum's. Oh yeah. You're maxing out. Oh no, Bubblegum. I think the tyre wear caught him out there. Yeah, seeing in the Group 4 cars that the tyre wear is pretty bad. Oh, heartbreaking for Bubblegum. Absolutely heartbreaking. Poor soul. Poor soul. Brownie still leads from Ginger in second. Carlsberg in third place. Rufus in fourth. Then we've got Waitsy in fifth. Hoyland in sixth. Hoyland and Waitsy's battle continues, but Waitsy, look at him. 59.9 last time around, going faster again this lap. Hoyland only in the 2 minutes. It's going to take a miracle. Oh, he's going faster as well, though. And Waitsy, it is a battle for 5th and 6th here between the Waitsy and Hoyland. Rufus has dropped. OMG, ladies and gentlemen. Stop the press. When did that happen? 20, 30, 40. P. Give your... That long ago. 40 seconds ago. Sorry, guys. And it wasn't that big of a deal. He just went wide. So Rufus going wide there and giving Ginger an opportunity to come through. Brownie is closed in. He's closed in, Ginger, should I say, to the Brownster. Carlsberg in third now. And I told you, Carlsberg, sly. You've got to watch him. He may have qualified further back, but he just sticks with it in the race and picks up position. Rufus, that was barely anything, wasn't it? Just a slight run wide in the Jaguar. And he's found himself down all the way into 4th place. The Baxter's saying pit stops incoming. Pit stops in the sprint race. That's how bad this has got. Waitsy then in 5th, Hoyland in 6th. The Group 3 cars, okay. Big penalty for Frank and tyres cooked. Like he said, we're only just halfway in the race. So yeah, I can see these guys will, not Matmar. Matmar's looking after his tyres. But yeah, Bubblegum probably will need to take a pit stop as well. So still doing very well with his tyres indeed. Interesting. Steele is a little bit off of the pace though, unfortunately. But Bubblegum and Frank definitely will need to make pit stops here. Matmar possibly wouldn't. I think we've seen this scenario before. Brownie in trouble. Brownie in trouble now from the Ginger. The Ginger coming through. Not quite. Brownie struggling with something out there. He may have a distraction. He is, like I said, the father of Bubblegum, and Bubblegum might be having a bit of an issue with his car, and he's probably asking Dad for a bit of advice here. And so Brownie now slipping down whilst trying to race. Ginger's taken the lead. Carlsberg's in the mix as well as Rufus. It's tight stuff here between the Group 3 runners as the Group 4 tyres dissipate further down the field, and Brownie trying to retake the lead. And Ginger duking it out side by side. The reigning champion reminding us why he is the reigning champion. Look at him mixing it up. It's had a quiet season, I'd say, from Ginger. We've had races where Ginger has absolutely slapped, but we've had races where we didn't even notice that Ginger was in the race. So Ginger, he's come as a force here at Yas Marina, and Brownie, I think Brownie is having to deal with something else. I think he's having to deal. Oh, Bubblegum's picked up a penalty. It's getting worse for him, and maybe Brownie now having to organise that with Carlsberg now in the lead. Oh my words! You can't take your eyes off him for a second. Ginger seems to have slipped now, and it's Carlsberg that leads this race ahead of the Brownster. The Brownster slowed down. Ginger must have slowed down also, and Rufus. My good golly and gosh. So Carlsberg now the leader of the championship and the leader of this race. It's all over the place. Brownie in second, Ginger in third. The Rufus, who was on pole, is in fourth place. We are 14 minutes into this race. Waitsy still ahead of Hoyland and doing some nice laps, but now Hoyland is closing in. Hoyland starting to pull the Waitsy in. Waitsy slipping the lap times there at 2:02 last time around, giving Hoyland a bit of a chance to get back into this. Frank leads, but his tyres are absolutely done. They're not just cooked, they're burnt. And Matmar looking very tidy. This could be a Matmar win. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but Matmar's tyres staying together nicely here. Bubblegums have fallen off as well. He's got that penalty. He slipped back a little bit from the leaders. And I mean, the best that Bubblegum could hope for really is to sling it into the pits and get some good lap times done in the end, and maybe try and catch Steele back up. Doesn't look like Steele's going to need a pit stop. But at the moment, Matmar under pressure from the Frank, but Frank just doesn't have the tyres to live with it, I'm sure. Side-by-side action in the Group 3-4 category. And Bubblegum's gone in. Bubblegum's done the sensible thing. Carlsberg still leads from Brownie. Ginger at the in third. Matmar just takes the lead of the Group 4s as Frank. Is he going to pit? He can see that Bubblegum is in the pits, I'm sure. Oh yeah, beautiful pit exit from Bubblegum. Nice fresh set of tyres. Looks like he might stay ahead of the Steele as well. All is good for Bubblegum. No positions lost. And if Frank stays out on those red tyres, Bubblegum, I imagine, would catch him up easily, because the car will be undrivable as soon as they go fully red. And Frank's coming very late indeed. Very late indeed on the brakes there from Frank, but he survived. And Matmar having to deal with that situation as Frank then tries to retain the lead of this race, but his tyres are absolutely cooked. Brownie has retaken the lead. Brownie back in the lead now, and a wholesome moment, father and son overtaking each other on track. Carlsberg then goes through. Oh no, Carlsberg not quite reaching the Group 4 car yet as he chases the lead. Ginger falling back. Oh, Ginger making a mistake in pit. Yeah, the tyres are getting chewed up for Ginger as well. And Rufus not as bad. Carlsberg's through, chasing down the Brownie. So Frank's tyres are absolutely done. Bubblegum could be still in this fight with the Frank. And Matmar's tyres absolutely clean as a whistle. He's really looked after that rubber, ladies and gents. And that'll be Zach. We'll ask him, did he turn it off when he finished cooking? I think Frank, my 15-year-old, just left the oven on after he cooked himself some pizza. I think it's been on for an hour and a half. Do you know how much electricity that costs us? So Brownie then leads with Carlsberg in second. Well, I can't do much because I'm streaming. So have you turned it off? Okay. I'll have a word with him. A word that will be at very high volume. So Brownie leads the way with Carlsberg in second. Ginger in third. Rufus in fourth. They're coming across Bubblegum. Watesy in fifth. Watesy's tyres. I think he can see them, yeah. With only 2 minutes left of the race, I think Watesy can get them to the end. Hoyland is closing in on the Watesy, but I think Watesy might be able to just keep this one. Possibly, but he's got to keep that pace up. He's doing another 2:02 there. Hoyland doing a 2:01.5. So Watesy is giving up time to Hoyland, but it's in the small increments. He should be all right. Matmar leading the group fours. Frank's tyres are done, and he does not want to make a pit stop. Well, not at this point now. It's pointless. Where is Bubblegum? Oh, it's still a distance. Bubblegum, I mean, he might be safe, you know. He might be safe. I think with all the cars lapping Bubblegum, he's not been able to sort of lay down some good lap times yet. And with only a minute to go, it looks like third place is the best Bubblegum can hope for here at the moment. Frank finding his tyres cut. I mean, I don't know. Frank's not going to be able to do a very good lap time for the final lap, is he? Bubblegum still, maybe. I tell you what, the gap is closing rather rapidly. Steele then having to get out of it whilst the leaders come through, and we've got last 30 seconds on the clock. Can Brownie cross the line before the clock runs out? Carlsberg not far behind. Can they get another lap out of this race? I think they may do, you know, quite easily. And Frank has to go in, so Bubblegum is going to go up to second, I believe. Brownie then crossing the line to start his final lap. Carlsberg following him through. And then Ginger gets through as well. Rufus also gets another lap. Watesy. The flag, I believe, should be out now. So this is it for the Watesy. As he comes around the final few corners, he's going to survive against the Hoyland. And Frank just coming out of the pits. And Hoyland there, Watesy coming up towards the line. Watesy grabs himself that fifth place. And does he? Oh, is there 25 minutes, are they? Not 20 minutes. Sorry, I think they're 25 minutes. I thought they were 20-minute races. I don't know. I'm losing my mind. Oh, they might have to pit then. Brownie against the Carlsberg. Someone's probably told me. I saw the chat changing, and I thought, oh, 25-minute race, yeah. Oh, Ginger says he met Barrier. So, yeah, 25-minute races. Sorry, people. I've got myself all mixed up. Oh, well, then. There are some really bad tyres out there. For 5 more minutes of racing. Is that the Brownie struggling? Carlsberg giving it some welly there. Up against a Brownie. Brownie having to defend like a legend. Whilst Carlsberg keeps leaning on him. But the tyres are not giving him much grip at the moment. Ginger in third with Rufus in fourth. Rufus's tyres are a little tidier than Ginger's at the moment. Watesy in fifth, and Watesy could still be in trouble then. He's doing the 2:02s, but so is Hoyland. Matmar, his tyres are starting to degrade now with 3 minutes left of racing. Bubblegum ahead of Frank, but Frank on a fresh set of tyres is closing in rather swiftly to Bubblegum. Bubblegum back up to pace with a 2:08. Frank has managed a 2:07 in the race. So it's going to be tough for Bubblegum to keep Frank behind, and Frank already coming out of the corner with a vengeance there, with such speed. Comes up and around the outside of Bubblegum, but Bubblegum defends onto the apex. And Frank again goes for the inside, and Frank through. Getting a cleaner cut through the corner, and Bubblegum then staring at the back of the Frank as Frank makes his way up towards Matmar, who is now starting to feel the tyres. Still in 10th place, his tyres barely used. Brownie feeling pressure on his side. Carlsberg giving him what for. Carlsberg really is starting to nip at the heels of the Brownster at the moment. Ginger in third place, tyres totally burnt. Rufus may be able to catch him before the flag comes out. And Ginger starting to feel the burn on the tyres here in the desert of Yas Marina Circuit in Abu Dhabi. So Ginger cooking the tyres. Rufus 59.7 last time around, Ginger 59.0. So the timings do not lie. Rufus unable to close in. And this is Rufus was the pole sitter and led the race for a good stint at the beginning. I don't understand why the pace has disappeared for Rufus. Did the others just get a little quicker? Brownie at the moment, 58s. 58, late 58s for Brownie. He's gone wide there, Carlsberg. He's also in the 58s as well. 2 minute that one. 59.1 from Brownie. Ginger, 2 minute. He's struggling with the tyres. Rufus in fourth place, with Waitsy being caught by Hoyland. We've got 1 more minute of racing, and Waitsy at the moment can see that Hoyland is closing in on him. Hoyland doing a 59.9 last time around. Waitsy with a 2:01, and it's going to be a fight for Waitsy on his hands when Hoyland closes in. Matmar still leading. Bubblegum is in second. Where is Frank? Frank's still there though. Bubblegum still having to defend from the Frank. I thought the Frank had done it. He's done it again. He's got through, and Frank then back up and into second place. And Matmar looking like a win is on the cards for sure. His tyres are looking rough, but we've only got 40 seconds, 20 seconds, 15 seconds left of racing. Still, possibly could be the first to cross the line. Where is the Brownster? Yeah, that's going to fall nicely. So Steele then comes around the final corner, and I think he's going to get another lap. No, he shouldn't do. There you go. Steele gets the finish for fourth place. Brownie then ahead of Carlsberg, Ginger and Rufus. It seems okay. It seems no one's going to drop it in the last few corners, and Brownie then bringing it through for the win. It is a slam dunk for the Brownster. He didn't get pole position. That one went to Rufus, but Brownie in the end, and he lost the lead a couple of times, remember. It wasn't an easy deal for the Brownster, but Brownie then brings it across to take the win. Carlsberg in second place. Ginger comes home in third. A good podium for Ginger. Good points on the board. And Rufus brings it home fourth, which I'm sure he was not looking for. Where is Matmar? Matmar takes the win in the Group 4s. Great drive. Frank is still ahead of the Bubblegum. And Hoyland, oh no, Hoyland did get past Waitsy. Unseen from us, Hoyland managed to get that fifth place away from the Waits Meister. And Hoyland then bringing it around for fifth place. Oh no, there's more people. Maybe Frank's coming across. And Frank there in second ahead of Bubblegum's third. What a shame for Bubblegum. Hoyland then staying ahead of the Waitsy. Hoyland bringing it back from the brink in fifth, Waitsy in sixth. So a big, huge congratulations to the Brownster there here at Yas Marina for taking the win. Carlsberg in second. Ginger is third. A beautiful podium. Rufus, I don't know what happened to him. It only looked like he run a little wide, but never got back into the race after falling down into fourth place. And the pole sitter will be absolutely livid with themselves after that race. Hoyland dropped it like it was hot in the beginning and spent the whole race chasing down the Waitsy, and it looked like it was an impossible task at some point. But there, near the end, he managed to do it. And Waitsy, yeah, 2:07 on lap 13 will do it to you. Waitsy then dropping time, but his tyres were absolutely shocking. And fell to sixth place. Matmar, I'm not sure if it's his first win. I feel it is. I've got an itchy feeling that might be Matt Maher's first win here in the academy, and what a great race he's done with it. Frank in second with an absolute huge battle with the Bubblegum for that second place. Bubblegum brings it home in third, and I reckon he's still going to be championship leader after this race, with Steele in fourth spot. So a huge congratulations out there. Right then. This second race is 25 minutes, sorry. And they're going to be using racing hard tyres and racing medium tyres. And they have to use both tyres within the race. So you'll see them coming into the pits. So we'll just load it up. And I think it's a reverse order of the first race. So Waitsy should be on pole ahead of Hoyland. And Steele should be on pole for the Group 4s. Let's get on. Don't read that side bit because that's the spoilers. That loaded up really quick. My words. We want all of that. We don't want the rest. So, as we said, Waitsy starting on the pole, Hoyland in second, Rufus starts third, Ginger starts in... Oh, we can look at the tyres as well, sorry. Waitsy on the mediums, starting at the front, Hoyland in second on the hards, Rufus starting on the mediums, Ginger starting in fourth on the hard tyre, Carlsberg going for hard tyre, Brownie going for hard tyre. Now, I'm surprised because we've seen Rufus's method is going on the mediums and absolutely belting it, getting his pit stop and coming out on the hards ahead of the other guys and somehow managing to stay in the lead. And that has been Rufus's strategy so far. And the other guys haven't altered. They've stayed on hard tyres throughout the season. So Hoyland also choosing the hard tyres. But Waitsy, he likes the mediums at the beginning as well. I think he did it last week. So, yeah, interesting strategy then. Bold strategy, Jeff. Let's see how they plays out. Steele starts on the hard tyres from pole. Bubblegum starts in second on the medium tyres. Frank starts on the medium tyres. And Matt Maher starts on the hards. But as we saw the tyre wear in the first race, hard tyres may be the choice tyre in this race, ladies and gentlemen. If the mediums destroy themselves like we saw the softs do in the first race, they might not really be the choice tyre. Let us get this started anyway. Waitsy leads them away, as does the Steele. The lights are just about to drop, and Waitsy is off with Hoyland there, chasing him again. Deja vu for the Waitsy. Down here, Steele still ahead of the Bubblegum. Frank looking for a move early doors. He's on the medium tyres, so is Bubblegum. Steele started on the hard tyres. Matt Maher, the winner of the first race, starting on the hard tyres. Waitsy still holds the lead with those medium tyres, the hard tyres. Hoyland having to get used to no grip, and Rufus wanting to get on with this thing. He's on medium tyres. They're probably starting to get up to temperature now. He's starting to feel the grip, the bite in the corners, and Hoyland will still be feeling like it's wishy-washy, and that his brakes aren't working and everything in the car is just bad. Ginger there in. Brownie going for a move. Brownie going for a move on the hard tyre. Carlsberg is just a passenger at this point under brakes, and Bubblegum leads. Bubblegum leads now, and we got a 3 wide from the Group 4s coming into that corner there, and Bubblegum still holds the lead from the Frank. Matt Maher gets one through past the Steele, and the Group 4 cars are racing hard, ladies and gentlemen. Brownie up into second place already on the hard tyres there. Carlsberg in third. Hoyland has had an issue. He's dropped down into fourth place. He's got Ginger with him. And Hoyland then in fourth, Ginger fifth. Carlsberg's up to third now with the Brownie into second. Waitsy is holding ground with those medium tyres up there in the lead. Come on, Waitsy, you can do this, Bob. Bop, 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 Waitsy. Give it all. So Brownie in second, Carlsberg in third. These guys are on the hard tyre, remember. Hoyland on in fourth, Ginger in fifth. Rufus, yes, Rufus has had a huge fall as well. He was there in third. He's on the medium tyres. This is not good. This is not part of the plan. Bubblegum still ahead of the Frank. They're both donning medium tyres and they're giving it some big welly out there at the moment. Bubblegum leading from Frank. Matmar's gone in. He wants rid of the hard tyre early doors. Still goes through onto still on the hard tyres. So Matmar gets rid of his hard tyres in the early phase of this race. Let's hope those medium tyres will carry him all the way to the end. Wasey's still leading, but Brownie's starting to have a nibble at his bait. And Wasey on those medium tyres though, so he'll have a bit of an advantage in the corners against the Brownster, but the Brownster's skill levels are pretty high. He's donning some big stats on his XB. Carlsberg then in third, Hoyland in fourth, Ginger in fifth, and this is the worst case scenario for Rufus at the moment, and Yaz Marina is not being kind to the Rufus here. He's on the medium tyres. By now he should be leading this race and giving himself a bit of a gappage for his pit stop. But that has not gone down the way he wished it to go down, and he is staring down all of the other Group 3 cars. He's behind all of them. Wasey fighting off the Brownster, and this will be a nuisance to the Brownster. He'll have a plan as well. He'll be wanting to get off and up the road, and Wasey is going to be a thorn in his side. And Wasey racing his race as he ought to, as he feels fit to, defending his lead as he sees fit. And the Brownster has found a gap. He's found a chink in the armour and he is through. The Brownster is through. Wasey then into second, but Carlsberg's coming rather fast, like a wrecking ball. And Carlsberg under braking, no, but he's outbraked himself. He's outbraked himself, and the Wasey is back in again into the second place. And Brownster is just leaving the scene. He is deserting, ladies and gentlemen. Carlsberg then back into third place, staring down the green Jaguar of the Wasey. Hoyland in fourth. Rufus has got himself past the Ginger. Ginger on those hard tyres, finding the grip levels not to his requirements. And Rufus then now up with the Hoyland. Rufus getting it done, as he should have done a couple of laps ago, but now he is making amends for past mistakes, ladies and gentlemen. Rufus coming through. Oh, it's not quite done deal yet. Hoyland giving him a bit of a jip on his way past. Beautiful race in there. And Wasey under pressure, and I think Wasey's pulled over a little bit there to let Carlsberg through. He's like, go on then, stop bugging me, I'm trying to get on with the race here and you're all over my rear derriere. So Carlsberg does go through, Wasey following him. Rufus, his medium tyres must be in prime condition now, because he's starting to get the flow on the go. Hoyland in fifth. Ginger, oh, Ginger and Hoyland catch each other out in that corner. I think Hoyland going way too slow for Ginger, and Ginger catching his rear derriere and having to lift off to let him continue on, costing them time together. Oh dear, now Ginger goes through. I think Hoyland wants to get out of that one as well and let Ginger go. So Hoyland again being caught out by the shag. Bubblegum leads. Frank's still there though. Wherever you see Bubblegum, Frank was just like off the screen and then he just appeared like an evil villain. Like dun dun dun. Here's Frank. He's not a villain. He's a lovely lad. Let's. It's just the way he appeared. He was like just Bubblegum on his own, and then suddenly I saw the green car of Frank appear behind him. Ginger then into the pits, and he's going to get rid of those hard tyres, get onto a set of mediums, and that'll be him for the rest of the race again. Now, I said that the hard tyre might be the choice tyre in this race, but these guys are trying to shed off those hard tyres early doors. We saw Matmar doing it. in the Group 4s. Ginger now, Ginger's into the pits. He's got rid of the hards. He's onto the mediums. And that's him now till the end of the race. Frank still and Bubblegum both started on the mediums. Frank back ahead of Bubblegum. But Bubblegum has been tenacious here at Yas Marina and just keeps on with it. Steele ahead of Matmar, but Matmar now has changed tyres. He's gone onto the mediums. He's running all the way till the end. So Steele on his hard tyres is relatively a sitting duck. Quack. And Matmar going up the inside, but not quite. Steele's giving it a race on his hard tyres, but Matmar then does go up the inside of the Steele. Matmar in for a double win here, is it? He's looking feisty. Brownie leads with Carlsberg chasing, but Carlsberg a lot further back, and Rufus now has woke up in this race and fancies a piece of the action. Frank saying, is that because I said you were a lovely lad? Ginge saying that oops with Hoyland was costly, eh? Yes, expensive. Rufus then waits. Carlsberg goes in to get rid of those hard tyres. He's going to mediums. Hoyland coming through. Ginger, he's already put it on the mediums. He's changed strat. He had a bit of an issue coming across the Hoyland in a corner. Hoyland's gone into the pits as well. So they're all starting to get rid of those hard tyres. Wasey slipped to third now as Rufus comes through on his mediums. Brownie, is he going to get rid of those hard tyres? When is the moment for him? And then Rufus will be in the lead. Carlsberg re-enters the fray onto a set of medium tyres. This will be him for the rest of the race. Frank and Bubblegum are having an absolute laugh down here. Bubblegum leads again from the Frank. These two won't be pitting for a while. And Hoyland's dropped behind the Group 4 cars, and he's picked up a hefty penalty for crossing the pit lane line. And it doesn't really look like he's picked up. They give you 3 seconds, but I really don't know if you gain 3 seconds from the way you enter or exit the pits. Matmar has already changed to the medium. Steele's in the pits now, changing to his medium tyres. Now the question is, can Matmar jump Bubblegum and Frank, who are costing each other time by their racing? And by the time they put their hard tyres on, and there goes Hoyland making his way through. And Hoyland with a 3-second penalty, having to slow down. And Group 4 cars nearly getting caught out. Bubblegum driving virtually into the rear derriere of Hoyland. And losing the lead again to the Frank. But Bubblegum and Frank absolutely having a humdinger here. And Frank leading that one, and Hoyland slowed. Oh yeah, that was his penalty, sorry. Hoyland not having the best Yas Marina experience, it has to be said. Brownie still out there, one of the, well no, and Rufus, and neither of those, and Waitsy. So most of the Group 3 cars have pitted though. Carlsberg's pitted, Ginger's pitted, and so has the Hoyland. Ginger and Carlsberg putting on those medium tyres. Now they're going to be absolutely banging in some choice lap times. So they can try and jump these guys for when they go to the hards. Rufus has just taken the fastest lap of the race, and Brownie still leading with a hard set of tyres on. Not bad indeed. Just over, coming up to 11 minutes in a 25-minute race, where they have to use 2 compound of tyres, the racing hards and the racing mediums. Brownie leads this race, has not changed. He's on the set of tyres he started on. He is on the hards. He still has to use the mediums in this race, but he's, staying out longer. It looks like everyone else, the mediums do make a good distance. Look at that. Rufus has barely touched his mediums. They are the faster tyre. So at the moment, Brownie I'm wondering if he's going to try and stay out as long as Rufus stays out. If he can try and stay ahead of the Rufus, he can keep track position even after the pit stop. And he'll be on the mediums and Rufus will be on the hards. The problem is, Rufus is showing some good pace at the moment. I reckon Brownie's playing it. If I can stay ahead of him, I'll stay out until he stays out, keep track position, and be on a better time. No, he's going in. So there you go. Oh, don't go in. Stay out. You'll get 3 seconds. Couldn't slow the car down. So Brownie, next pit stop, next lap, I think he's going to pit. So yeah, Brownie has given the game away. He's going to pit soon, but he's going to be on the medium tyres. Rufus is going to keep on going. But yeah, I was wondering if Brownie was just going to try and play it, if he can keep Rufus behind him, stay out until they both pit, or he wants to pit earlier as he can, because, I mean, what's he done, a 59? He's going purple, for heaven's sakes. Because the guys like Carlsberg now, 59.0, Ginger, 58.7. Hoyland's having a nightmare getting through traffic and penalties. But yeah, the guys behind him are doing faster lap time, so they may get the undercut. They may jump him in the pits. Whom knows? And Brownie saying, ha ha ha, missed the pit lane. Oh, did you? I thought you'd done it on purpose. I thought you was just getting me going, saying he's going to pit. I thought you were doing the whole, like, psyching out the rest of the racers, saying, look, I'm going to pit. No, I'm not going to pit. Tricked you. So Brownie then, still being chased by the Rufus here. They're coming across one of the Group 4 cars. I think it's Steele, and Steele could be in the way here. Brownie's right tucked up in the space of the Steele. Oh dear. I think that was Steele. Yeah, it was. So Brownie then nearly losing the lead to a Group 4 car. And I believe the Group 4 car gets priority. They choose the racing line if it is the same rules as any other multi-class. And Rufus tucked up right behind the Brownie. And I think Rufus knows he's going into the pits. He's assuming maybe he's going to go into the pits in this lap. Oh, it looks like Brownie made a mistake there. Oh, he slowed himself right down. He didn't want to be in the wake of Rufus. As Brownie then enters the pits, the big question is, Carlsberg, Ginger, have they done enough to jump Brownie whilst he was on the hard tyres? They were on the medium tyres, getting things done. Getting it out of the way, and now Brownie into the pits. It's literally what, a pit change, a tyre change, no fuel needed. And Waitsy, he's on the medium tyres, he's gone through, he's not pitted yet, like the Rufus. Carlsberg, Brownie's on his way out. Where is the Berg? The Berg's made it, but Brownie's going to be on mediums. No, Brownie is ahead of the Berg. I don't know where the pit exit is. Where the hell is the pit exit? There it is. Oh, and he still cut the line, even though he went to great lengths to not get a penalty. He still picked up a blooming penalty. I think it's on the exit. I think it chucks you out at a weird angle. You have to wang it to the left to stay out off the line when it gives you back the power. So Brownie then, a 3-second penalty there. The Berg, absolutely grinning from ear to ear, I imagine. But he's on, and they're both on the mediums. He's going to have to fight for it. Ginger, a little further back in 5th. I think the Hoyland incident cost Ginger there a chance of this fight here, as Waitsy and Rufus just are absolutely pinging it out there now. They're absolutely flying, and they've got big jobs ahead. There is big jobs ahead. And the Vrob is in the chat saying afternoon thingy and chat. Well, afternoon, Vodka Rob. Hope you are well. I tell you what, I don't know where you up in Stoke how it is, but down south on the coast, it's blue skies, baby. The sun is out. It feels nearly summer, definitely spring. So Rufus then crosses the line, takes the fastest lap of the race. And Rufus doing his usual, looks good. Waitsy in 2nd place, with the Berg in 3rd. The Berg got a Lando helmet as well. Are you all going to get George Russell helmets to replace your Lando helmets? Just wondering. Is it that you actually like Lando, or he's a champion? Or is it George is all right? He's like a classroom snitch, isn't he? Miss, he didn't go around the corner properly. And Frank saying sunny skies in the Midlands. Oh, lovely. I love it up there. I mean, I'm from there, from Derbyshire, and it's lovely when it's sunny up there. Fields and fields for days. And Rob saying, yeah, the sun is out here too. Superb. Look at that. The UK is just bathing in the sun, ladies and gentlemen, on a lovely Saturday afternoon. This is why we survive the winter, for times like this, just so we can appreciate what's going on outside. Rufus still leads. Now Frank is in the pits. Sorry, I'm missing. Frank's gone in the pits. We're at 17 minutes. Bubblegum now leads the Group 4s. Matmar made that early pit stop, so can Matmar get ahead of Frank? Frank's been released. Matmar is just going through the final corner. I don't think it's going to be enough. I think Frank's still going to be ahead of Matmar. Matmar then closing in on the Frank as Frank's coming out of the pits. It says Matmar's ahead. No, it's not Frank. Frank's he's got control of the car again. Matmar's coming around that corner. And Frank is just, oh, look, again, they want it. Look, and he's picked up a 3-second penalty. It's just where it pushed you. It is awful. Bad game design, GT7. What is wrong with you? Bubblegum leads, and Matmar then, 3-second penalty. It's just like a pit stop, I suppose. Yas Marina costs an extra 3 seconds. But yeah, Frank then, with a 3-second penalty, comes out ahead. Wacy's into the pits. The Berg has already pitted. He's up to second, ahead of the Brownster. After his 3-second penalty, the Brownster did end up behind the Berg. Sorry, I lost a bit of tracking of the race. Rufus leads. He has not pitted. Berg has pitted. The distance between them is not much. The Berg here could be a big player when the Rufus comes out the pits on his hard tyres. Brownie on fresher tyres than the Berg. The Berg made such an earlier stop than him, and now Brownie is trying to pick what side of the Berg he wants to go for. Ginger in fourth. Wacy comes out the pits ahead of the Hoyland and not Ginger. So Ginger has got ahead of the Wacy there, and now Wacy is finding himself in that familiar place where Hoyland is hunting him down. Hoyland on the medium tyres ahead of the Wacy. Bubblegum leads, but he's going in now. He's going in. Matmar ahead of the Frank after the Frank paid his penalty. Frank getting very close and personal with Matmar, and Matmar having to deal with the pressure. Frank's on the hard tyres, remember. Matmar on the mediums, and it's just Matmar's got to weather the storm. And I don't think Frank's going to have the ability in the corners, the grip. Oh, he only just missed that barrier there, and Matmar is having to cling on as Bubblegum is in the pits. Do they get through? Bubblegum's on his way out. Matmar and Bubblegum's coming out ahead. Bubblegum, is he though? Matmar is so tight here for the Group 4 runners. Rufus is also into the pits. Bubblegum is out of the pits without a 3-second penalty. He's on the hard tyres though. Matmar chasing him down. Frank's hard tyres slipping back from Matmar. Matmar now having to rely on that grip in the corners to try and stay ahead of the Frank. Rufus has slipped down. The Brownie is in the lead. The Berg has fallen to second. Ginger. No, Rufus is coming out of the pits. Now can he stay away from the dreaded line? No, he hit the line before he even gone into the pits. He's had a 3-second penalty, so Ginger has an opportunity as he takes the fastest lap of the race. Ginger is waking up, ladies and gentlemen. Ginger is stepping up to the race. Brownie leads. Carlsberg in second. Bubblegum only just ahead of Frank. Matmar's through. Sorry. Three wide in the Group 4 category, ladies and gentlemen. 21 minutes done of a 25-minute race. Bubblegum only just managing on his hard tyres to hold on to the lead. Matmar around the outside, Frank on the inside. It is crazy racing. Matmar's ahead of him. Matmar is ahead of the Frank. Bubblegum losing out. Bubblegum's there on the inside. Great racing from the junior categories, ladies and gentlemen. It is crazy. Frank and Bubblegum side by side. This is action-packed as Matmar tries to leave them behind, and oh no. A little contact between Bubblegum and Frank there, and Bubblegum losing out as the car nearly went sideways. I think Frank straightened him up though. Even though he may have caused the actual slide, he did straighten him back up. Matmar doing all he can to keep the lead of this race. 22 minutes on the clock, only 3 minutes to go. Can Matmar fend off from the Frank? And Bubblegum in third, Steele in fourth. We've got Brownie leading, Carlsberg in second place, Ginger in third. And he has just clocked another fastest lap, or is that the first one? Or is that the one I noticed last time? It's probably the one I noticed last time. A 59 that time around. Rufus, after having to pay 3-second penalty, and he's on the hard tyres, chasing down Ginger, who's on the medium tyres. Is a big job for the Rufus right now. Waitsy in fifth. He's on the hard tyres, but he's got a good space ahead of the Hoyland. Hoyland having another moment with the Group 3 car. In the chat, Rob saying, although it might be well be raining because Stoke lost 3-1 last night. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. Frank saying they updated the track limits on this track, and the Rob saying they needed to because they were mad before. Hoo-wee. Yeah, I didn't get to play it that much, so I didn't know what the track limits... I remember reading about track limits situation at Yas Marina. I saw other leagues saying you can't go in this part or this part, but I've never actually... I've raced it single player, but I don't think track limits matter with single player. Brownie leads from the Berg. The Berg getting purples now. He's getting very serious about his race win. He's leading the championship, and I think he's still going to be leading the championship after this, because no, is he leading? Yeah, the Berg by three points. But the Rufus, it's not gone well for him. It's not gone well for him here at Yas Marina. So Brownie holds on at the moment, but the Berg really is applying a bit of pressure to that situation. Ginger in third, with Rufus in fourth, Waitsy in fifth, Hoyland in sixth. Frank leads for the Group 4s. Matmar. Oh, Frank is doing an extremely bob-on job there as he's on the racing hards. Matmar having to fight to try and get another win. He won the first race. He's got Bubblegum as well on the hard tyres behind. The hard tyres on the Group 4 cars not looking like much of a deficit. It looks like Matmar on a worn set of mediums is struggling with the grip. Next, and Bubblegum's picked up a penalty. Like they said, they've updated the track limits here, and the penalties are getting dished out left, right and centre. But I think Bubblegum is safe from the steal, but it'll put him out of the fight. Well, it's 25 minutes. Shoot. Hang on. So here comes Waitsy, and this time he did survive against the Hoyland to grab that fifth place. So Waitsy brings it on home for fifth. Hoyland following him up to grab himself sixth place, and I imagine Hoyland will be glad to see the back of Yas Marina. That combo just did not work out for him. So who's next across the line? Is it Steele? And Steele then fourth place in the Group 4 category, bringing it on home. And still, I mean, he doesn't get as many good results as he likes, but you've got to give it to him. He turns up week in, week out. He does all of the race. And yeah, I appreciate you, Steele. I think you're a tidy little racer. Brownie then, fighting off the Berg. There's someone just ahead of him. I think it's the Frank. Is Frank and Bubblegum. Oh, this is going to be a bad one, but Frank's just ahead. I like to cover them all as they cross the line. Matmar and Bubblegum duking it out for the last of the race here. So Frank then takes the win of the Group 4s, just ahead of Brownie, who takes the win of the league. Oh, and they're all crossing the line now. Oh no, Carlsberg got a huge penalty. Oh, it didn't affect him though. Ginger crosses the line and stays there. And Rufus is just coming around. Rufus dropped off a bit there. Lost track of this race near the end for some reason. And Rufus, it might have been the hard tyres. Oh, a 2:21 doesn't help either. So, winning the Group 3 race ahead of the Berg, who had a penalty when he crossed the line anyway. Ginger coming home in a podium. Good one, Ginger. Is that 2 podiums? Brilliant stuff. Rufus in 4th. Not again. That's not the race he was looking for. He's not got the points out of this round as he wanted. And Carlsberg, I think, retains that championship lead. Waitsy in 5th. Ahead of Hoyland. You've got to take your small victories when you can. So Waitsy, not a bad race for him. Hoyland, again, struggling with the track, I reckon. And Frank getting the win in the end there in the Group 4s ahead of Matmar. Matmar having a very good Yas Marina. He'll be walking away from this one, I'm sure, pretty pleased with himself. With Bubblegum on the podium and Steele coming home in 4th. Another cracking race then from the Academy. And in the chats, Ginger saying thanks for the comms thingy. That's my pleasure. Thank you very much for turning up and racing. So huge thank you to the Ultimate Racing League for organising all of this. Thank you to our pilots for turning up each week to absolute gladiators, should I say, to rocking up each week for the fight. And thank you to you guys in the chat and those who watch a bit later. Thanks for joining us and listening. I'm going to try and get another Apex in this weekend because I'm so far behind. So we'll hopefully see you again soon. Tiru, peace and love, y'all.